Welcome to the Gym Breakthrough Podcast. This show is about one thing and one thing only, turning your gym into a thriving business you love to own. So if you want to know what it really takes to grow your membership, make more money, and build a rock-solid community of raving fans, you've come to the right place. All this information is 100% free, so please subscribe to and review our podcast. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Gym Breakthrough Podcast. I am your host, Marcus Gursey, and with me today is the incredible Emily Schneller, our program manager and breakthrough specialist. And today we're going to be continuing the conversation from our last episode where we got into how to make the most out of the New Year's rush that's coming up here in the coming weeks. And we got so many emails and DMs requesting more info around how to actually plan the year that we decided to do an episode about planning 2020 for success. So today we're going to be covering how to plan your year's social events and workshops and facility improvements, guerrilla marketing campaigns, so that you are set up for success in this constantly evolving marketplace. And things are changing faster and faster each year. So it's imperative that you have a well thought out plan to work off of throughout the year to help give you that edge and make sure you get off to a really strong start. So that's what we're going to be getting into today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Marcus. Before we get into the nuts and bolts of what we're talking about, I thought it would be fun to kind of pose a question to the group and you and I. So do you have a digital planner or a paper planner?
I use a digital planner. I am a huge fan of project management software and tools and whatnot. So I like my fancy digital tools. But I do use a journal for my journaling every day. And that does catch some notes throughout the day as well.
Any particular journal or just old-fashioned pen and paper?
You know what? No, I just like an old-fashioned moleskin with some, nice lined paper, and that's it.
Cool.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I do some sort of a combination of digital and paper. I'm not married to one paper planner. Right now I'm using the Full Focus Planner,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Hyatt's design. And I like it, but I use a combination. So I have like a brain dump in Google Tasks, and then I use Google Calendar a lot to organize my life. So
Awesome. Very good. All right. So, and by the way, if you are, let us know in the comments what you use, if you're using digital or if you're using paper. Be curious to know. We've got some ideas and things in the works. We'd love to get some insight from you guys. So, all right. So let's get into what we're talking about today here. So planning out 2020. Here's the reality is that most gym owners really don't make a plan at all. And a lot of them have ideas and some of them have even written some of those ideas down, but most are really basing their success on hope and hoping things will be different this year and hoping that they'll get enough traction in the new year to get them back on track. And the last time I checked, I don't know about you, Emily, that's not working for most. And so today you and I are going to be walking everybody through some things that they can do, hopefully to help not only have a successful start to the year, but a successful year as a whole.
right. I'm sure everybody has heard the famous quote by Benjamin Franklin, failing to prepare. By failing to prepare, you are preparing to fail. And I don't know that it's that doom and gloom, but I remember the first few years that we were working in our business, there was a lot to think about. It felt really chaotic and really disorganized. And, we were just moving from fire to fire to put things out. And honestly, it was just exhausting.
Yeah, it's you're living in a constant reactionary state rather than being proactive. And
Yes.
as obvious as that sounds, right, especially to coaches, people who are trying to get people to proactively manage their fitness and their health, right, rather than just reacting like, oh no, I'm overweight, I need to go do something about it again. Like, let's actually live a lifestyle that is fitter and healthier in general so that we are proactively managing that part of our lives. The same thing applies to business, yet so many gym owners do not. I mean, it's December 2019 right now, and so many of the gym owners that we're getting on the phone with still have not made any sort of a plan for the upcoming new year, and it is 20 days away, right? I mean, I'm not even talking
That's
about
crazy.
I'm not even talking about a completely dialed in like content, event, and marketing strategy here. I'm just talking about any kind of plan. And
Right.
I mean, basically that means that these guys are going into they're going to start another year, right? 365 days, 52 weeks of working their butts off, serving their people, and just hoping that things go better than they have before. And I can tell you right now that, unless you are okay with gambling odds that are not in your favor, then this is nuts. I mean, competition is stiffer than ever right now. I mean, people are saying, this last quarter, this fourth quarter for people was the hardest fourth quarter in many years. It keeps getting harder and harder. We hear every year that the New Year's rush is getting smaller and smaller. And again, I mean, like you said, not to be doom and gloom. It's not about being doom and gloom. It's about understanding the game that you're playing and setting yourself up for success, right? I mean, guys, it is time to take action and take control of your business right now before you start off yet another year and without, a plan. And so that you actually are working off of something that you can measure against, and there's a method to the madness, if you will.
Absolutely. Not only that, but I think that planning leads to a feeling of consistency, and consistency adds a sense of brand trust. So, not only
For
could
sure.
a lack of planning just lead to anxious feelings as a business owner, but you could actually be losing clients because of it.
For sure. And, you know, the more work that you put into planning, I mean, the better off you're going to be, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
And
found that the more work we put into planning in advance, the more just general peace of mind we feel, the more consistency we are building into our business. And, you know, I posed the question to all the gym owners in the group, with 2020 around the corner, what have you done to plan and prepare for the new year?
right. All right. So let's get into some things that they can use to help them if they have not already yet, if you have yet not already planned out your year. We want to walk you through some of the things that we do with our clients that have proven to be very, very successful. And I'll start off by walking you through a simple kind of quarterly formula that you can be following. And this is just the basic framework to a system that we build with our clients in the Gym Breakthrough program, and when we build out their annual marketing calendar. So here we go. Anyway, so each quarter should include one social event, right? So this is an event where you are hosting some sort of social get together, something fun outside of the gym, ideally. Where again, the keyword is you are hosting. This is not passive. Hey, we're going to stick around after the workout on Friday and, barbecue and talk muscle ups. It is, we are hosting a gymnastics workshop where we're going to spend 3 hours going through technique and blah, 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 blah. Or excuse me, a social event like bowling night or whatnot. I was already thinking ahead. So this is where we're doing something where it's just super fun and you are responsible for providing the fun. The next step is a training related event. So this is where we want to host that workshop. So it's like that muscle up or something like that, or a powerlifting workshop of some kind. You again are
Nutrition seminar. Yeah.
exactly. New Year's, great. Nutrition seminars, perfect for this time of year. The next one is we want to be doing one facility improvement, and this can be big or small. And people ask oftentimes, well, does that mean I have to be doing these, like I have to like always spend a bunch of money on the gym? No, it's about highlighting these things to your members in a way to where they're going to realize, because there's different types of members in your community that care about different aspects of what you do. Some of those that are more focused on the social activity, some care more about the training related events, and some care about the physical facility and the aesthetic and the equipment. And for those people, we want to also provide a little something. That's where we want to do a little facility improvement, even if it's just rearranging the members lounge, putting some new magazines and new Arnold poster on the wall, or if it's, hey, we redid the bathrooms, or we've got these new assault bikes or whatnot. And then the last piece is doing one guerrilla marketing campaign per quarter, right? So keep in mind here that guerrilla marketing campaign should be something that you're doing on top of your advertising. This should not, your organic content should be your baseline for everything that you're doing, and the advertising should be a force multiplier on top of that, excuse me. And our goal should be that we are growing at least a little bit consistently without any advertising at all. And then we can use advertising to help pick up the pace rather than relying solely on advertising. This is something it's in every other email we get from clients, or excuse me, from non-clients, asking about how do I grow? What's the trick? What's the best campaign to do? And there is no silver bullet. There is no shortcut. It's about consistently doing these things. And as you can tell with the 4 things that I listed out, 3 of them are for your members. Only one of them is something for growth, for external activity. And that's because ultimately we want to be pouring into our clients and making them feel like they are a part of something special. And and that the perceived value always wildly exceeds what they are paying for the membership. And that's going to help keep retention strong. It's going to help keep engagement and the spirit high. And that's going to make those guerrilla marketing campaigns that much more effective.
Love it.
Cool. And I
Really
skipped
love
my
it.
tea this morning like a fool, and I'm talking all over myself. So please excuse me. I realize I'm like,
No, you're good.
bumbling.
I mean, to build on that, I think it's a good idea to bring your team in on the planning and not just have the onus on you as the gym owner,
For sure.
but bring your team in on the fun. We did a planning meeting back in October, actually, because I'm a little crazy about getting ahead of the game. But I just wanted to kind of share what we did for my gym.
Please do.
So first, I sent an email to my team and I asked them to come up with a goal specifically related to their role in my gym. And I asked them specific questions, like I posed specific questions, and I wanted them to think about it in advance and come to a meeting ready with ideas. Okay. So some of those questions were what you just talked about. But other things to think about, what are some of the things that we did this year or last year that we don't want to do anymore? Like, what can we edit? That whole less but better idea, right? Our motto in 2019 was less but better. So what should our focus be this year? How can we improve communication with our team and our members? How can we improve the customer experience and make sure that we're doing better with just making sure that every person that walks in our doors is having a consistent experience? So these are the questions that I wrote in this email, and I asked everybody to come prepared. So in the meeting, we made it fun. We just took our leadership team out to lunch. We have 15 coaches, and I think that would be too many cooks in the kitchen if I invited all of them into a planning meeting.
For sure.
But I have a leadership team of 5. So they came, we had some lunch, we made it fun. And the first thing that I did in that meeting is I kind of gave them a recap. I presented data for them, and I said, this is what we did in 2019 versus 2018. And these are all the things that we did to get there, right? And here's my vision for 2020. And I think as a leader, it's so important that you're able to paint that picture to your team because you want them to be excited about coming to work every day. So if you can paint a picture of what your vision is for the future, that'll make it easier for them to be on board. So first, recap, okay? The second thing we did is we took all of those questions that I asked them to come prepared with answers for, and we just brainstormed. We went through each question in order, and I was like, okay, throw out all your ideas for social events. One of my favorite ideas is drag bingo. I'm not even joking.
Is what bingo?
I live in drag bingo, like drag queen bingo.
Wow.
I live in New Orleans, and that is a thing here. So maybe not everywhere in the country.
Drag queens or bingo? Or playing bingo?
Specifically, drag queens like calling the numbers out for bingo.
I've never heard of that. That's awesome.
I just went to a charity event where they did it. It was so much fun.
That's amazing.
Anyway. So brainstorm, write all of the ideas down. No idea is a bad one. But pay attention to, the people on your team that are coming to the table with the same answers, because that's a good indication that that's really something that you guys should think about. Okay, so the third step, so recap, brainstorm. The third step is taking all of those ideas and really editing it down, pulling out the best ideas, because you can't do everything. Otherwise, it'll just lead to that chicken with your head cut off feeling again, right? So what are the best ideas, and how can you fit it into your year where it makes sense, where you're doing one of these perceived value builder activities once a quarter, and it's not, too much on the social side or too much on the facility improvement side. So edit it, come up with the best ideas, and write it down. The fourth step is to plan it out. And when I say plan it out, I mean literally take out a calendar and pick the dates that you're going to do these things. The other thing that just planning it out and writing it down, when is this going to happen, will do for you is it'll make planning next year a lot easier, because you can pull up your year and be like, okay, this is what we did in January. January last year kind of felt hectic. Maybe we need to not do so much because we haven't usually in January. You know what I mean? So it'll set you up for success in future years, just having that plan of action that you can reflect on.
Love that.
And yeah, we just use that plan as kind of the North Star for following the year for our team. And we bring it up in team meetings, my weekly team meetings, and we build action plans around it.
I think that's so important because, so often I think that gym owners feel like, they're in this alone and, it's almost like it's them. I don't want to say them against their team, but they don't feel like they have that buy-in and that support from their team. Like they almost have to like sell them on everything. All the, guys, we're going to be doing an event every month and I'm going to need you to participate. And that just does not work, right? And it's so much pressure on the owner, and it really sets you up for failure. Where ultimately, what you just described, it gets them to participate in the process. And whenever someone participates in the process, they feel like they have some ownership over that. So now it wasn't you showing up and saying, "Here's the event schedule, and here's what we're doing and why."
Here are the marching orders,
Right,
team.
exactly. Get in line.
Yeah.
Instead, it's the exact opposite. It's, hey guys, I have some ideas, but I really want to hear your ideas, and let everyone talk and just be a part of that conversation. You
Yeah.
ultimately get to be the one who gets to decide. But if you've done your job right and you've brought some people on who care about the business and people who are a part of your community, then you are going to get some really good ideas. I mean, I don't know how many times I've done meetings like that where I showed up thinking I knew what I wanted to do, and someone else had a way better idea than mine. I'm just like, I'll just throw mine in the trash. That was a way better idea, right?
Right.
And because
Yeah.
because the team member had the idea, now they're super pumped that their idea got picked, and they want to now participate on a completely different, intrinsically motivated level, rather than just my boss makes me do this stuff, right? Which is not how I think any of us really want our businesses to run.
Yeah. I think giving them the opportunity to give answers on, okay, what did we do this year that we shouldn't do in the future is
Mm.
really good too. And it enables them to say, you know what, we tried this thing. It's not really working the way that we thought it would. So let's just throw it out. And I have noticed just my team appreciates me just asking, like, what do you think? So.
Right. Awesome. I love that. Now, what about for all the people who are like, yeah, great. What am I supposed to be? What tools am I using for this? Or I mean, where do you start? Because that's usually what the next question is. Well, what's the right software or project management, or what's that name of that journal again?
My journal is a full focus planner. But I mean, I think first of all, if you're not coming up with a plan, that's step one. Like, don't get in the weeds about what tools to use to execute upon it, right?
100%.
But if you want to make it even better, using a project management tool like Trello, which is my personal favorite and completely free, it's amazing, or something like Basecamp to build out checklists and due dates and assign certain tasks to certain people, just so you are clearly communicating what you're wanting and when you want it from your team. Like, I know my team really appreciates that. And it helps, again, my word for 2020 is consistency. It helps so much build a sense of consistency with not only your team, but your brand.
Love that. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to sell me on it. I'm all about the project management tools. So, um, awesome. Well, Emily, anything else you want to add for our topic today?
I just really encourage you, like, it's not too late. You got 20 days left in the year. Like, put your heads together, come up with a plan, and then take action to execute it. A goal without a plan is just a dream, right? You got to have a plan
Uh,
associated. So,
Well said. Yeah. And remember too, we mentioned this earlier in the show, but guys, it does not have to be perfect. Just start.
yeah,
Just don't show
yeah,
up with nothing, right? Turn something in, and it will at least give you a starting point that you can improve upon. But if you have nothing to improve upon, then you're right back where you were. And don't be surprised if, you don't get a different outcome than previously.
perfection is the enemy of progress, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Plagued me for years. Um,
Likewise.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank all of you guys for joining us today. We hope this was helpful for you, and this helps get your 2020 off to a great start and continue on all throughout the year to become wildly successful. And if you're interested in learning how we can help you fix your business by increasing new member enrollments and growing average client value and really building that tribe of loyal raving fans, then I encourage you book a call with me at gymbreakthrough.com/apply. And during the call, we'll get to know each other. We'll talk about your business, see where you are, and I'll walk you through what we do and how it all works and see if it's a good fit. And hopefully we can help you achieve your goals. So time slots are limited. So I look forward to hopefully speaking with you soon. And in the meantime, have yourselves a great rest of your day. And I'll see you guys back online here in a couple days. But that's it for today. And go out there and build something that matters. Bye-bye.